category is Show Me That Big Hammer.
What's up, doll photographer and storyteller? We here today to do a little video that wasn't planned because it wasn't planned to do a video about doll photography. Unfortunately, the photo story that I'm doing on my Instagram went to a direction that wasn't planned, so I had to adjust and I had to build a new diorama, which is a coffee shop. So today we are gonna just check it out how I made my coffee shop. Let's go for it.
So those are the polyester extruded polystyrene that I have and collected all of the time and all the dioramas that I've made so far. So I just decided to go with recycling those that I haven't used. And now I'm starting to create the type of corner that I want for them to serve the coffee and to somehow have those display with the desserts and all that thing. So I have to create that and to also make sure that the measurement is not right, whatever. Anyway, so I have used T-Building M32 because it has this standard size and height, and I'm also using Adam, of course, because he's going to be the main character of the doll story and I'm going to need that. Once that I make the tracement, I'm going to use a cutter to cut the excess that I'm not going to use. And yeah, I think it's better to use that green stuff to make sure that you're not gonna damage what is under the cut. So the white wallpaper that I had on it was used for the other dioramas that I have and I'm not gonna use anymore. So, you know, it's recycling. That's what we're going for. It does already comes with this hole inside of it, and I'm going to use it for displaying the desserts and all the cake for the coffee shop. So the board that they are both standing on is going to be for the floor. And I'm placing the bars to make sure that I have enough space to place that. And since it's going to be more of to go kind of coffee shop, like there is going to be some sit in here, but I don't want to have tables because yeah, I don't want to. I just feel more comfortable doing that. People will just come and go and that will not have, because it's a small space and I don't want to have a huge dioramas. And I know some people like to have a coffee shop where there's many dolls standing in the table, and I don't want to have many table because I will have to buy them. And yeah, currently my wallet is a bit dry, so let's go with what we got. So once the measurement is taken, I'm going to use my cutter and once again cut the excess that I'm not going to use. Something to just recharge my battery. Okay, so now that the floor is done, I'm going to focus on the wall now, and I'm tracing a line, not a line, I'm tracing a point to be able to know where it starts. And I'm placing the floor on it and tracing a line because I want them to be fixed together, and the same way I did for the apartment. I'm going to use screwdrivers and all that things to make sure that they're going to be able to maintain together, and it's going to be easier for me to assemble and disassemble to stock and storage. It's way more easier that way. So this one was a bit too large, and I placed the floor on it to make sure that it will just be a perfect match to be around the floor. So now let's take a look with the walls together, attached together, and yeah. So that is the excess that I've cut, and I'm thinking, as I said earlier, I want to have a small corner, and I'm gonna use, fuck it. I'm gonna use that little board to have like a sort of a small table, higher table, like a bar kind of stuff. To make the measurement, I take a plate and 2 cups of coffee to make sure that I have enough space to place them both in it. And I'm cutting. Okay, so let's take a look with all the things together to see if the measurement is right. So I kind of pressed my nail in the board so that I will have like a sign to where I want it, the point where I want to draw the line and where I have to cut it. Now it's time to cover it up, and I have that grayish wallpaper, and I thought it will look so good for the floor. I know that usually we all go with wooden floor, but I don't have that in stock, and as I said earlier, I'm a broke ass bitch, so at the moment I'm just gonna use whatever I have in stock. Any complaint? No, I thought so. I'm applying a generous amount of glue, and with the brush I'm just going to make sure that it goes everywhere, especially on the corner. And then apply the wallpaper on it. Next up is going to be the front wall, the wall that is going to be behind the corner where they're going to serve the coffee. And I have kind of a doubt because I have this kind of, I don't know what's the word in it, but grayish kind of, we call it beton. I don't know what's the word in English. Anyway, I have the gray one, the white one, and this green. The green I'm going to use it later on, but I didn't know which one I will go for, but I decided to go with that one. Sort of a concrete kind of pattern in it, and I just love it. So this paper was supposed to be sort of a contact paper, but for a specific reason that I don't know, the glue inside of it doesn't stick that much, so I have to go again with the glue. And for the side wall where the customer will be able to drink their coffee, I'm gonna use this green wallpaper that I have. Not yeah, green, bluish green. I don't know. I just love the color. I love the pattern, and I've got that for a project that I had in the past where I wanted to create a bathroom diorama that I, in the end, built and never used. So I'm glad I'm able to use it again. I mean, that wallpaper. I have this contact paper again that I have here that is sort of an aluminum kind of stuff. This sort of an industrial look that I kind of like. So I'm going to use that one because I do have some. And I'm going to apply it at the bar corner. For the table space, I have those wooden sticks that I've used in the past to create a floor on the dioramas that I had. Again, that I'm not using anymore, so I just was able to find some and reuse them to create that table corner where the customer will be able to sit and drink the coffee. Okay, so everything is dry. Now I'm going to just remove the excess of paper that I have with my cutter. just a moment. Isn't it just beautiful, just wallpaper? Okay, so now with the whirlers, I'm gonna just try to remove the excess of bubble that I have inside the wallpaper, between the wallpaper and the board. And just a little spoiler, it didn't work that well. But in the photos, we can't see it. So my credo is, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. What I'm going to use, you have the measurement on the box if you want to use that as well. I found it in shops where you can have like the warehouse shop, and this is what I'm going to use to make sure that the dioramas and the different boards stick together and stay in place, and then I will be able to assemble and disassemble. To make the hole, I'm using a barbecue wooden stick, so that way I will be able to have like the holes, and with a screwdriver I'm gonna just enlarge the holes so that I will be able to place the different part of it. And with the hot glue gun, I'm gonna just apply the glue on it and then push it in the board. The reason why I'm doing that is because when you use a screwdriver, I don't know, but when you're using it, it might have the tendency to just damage the board, and I want to make sure that I can use it for a long time. And with that in it, the screwdriver will just get inside of it and will not damage the board. I'm basically doing the same thing. If you can't see it, I am just basically doing the assemble. And I'm creating the holes in the second board, and if you do that, keep in mind that on the other board, that you already have holes with a screwdriver, so make sure that they don't get in touch and in contact. Just saying, it happened to me, so be aware of that. And voila! So we have all the wall together. They all have wallpaper. The one with the concrete doesn't look that good, but whatever, you know. Anyway, so we're back with the corner, and I'm gonna use the wooden stick that I have so that will match the table that we created earlier. And I'm using hot glue because damn, it's so fast. But you gotta be careful using that, because when they say hot in hot glue, it is hot. Did I burn myself? Yes. Did I enjoy it? No. So really be careful when you're using that. That being said, if you have any advice on what to do when you just burn yourself with hot glue, like should I put it under cold water because I burned my finger, or should I to use toothpaste because I heard that some people do that. But at the end of the day, I haven't done anything. So if you have any advice on that, you're more than welcome to share it. No, I see that. I'd never realized that my veins on my arms and my hands were so thick. Okay, so now that we have done the upper part, I'm going to take care of the window. For that, I'm going to use wooden stick that I have, and it was from another diorama that I created. It was to create this line that you have at the bottom of the wall. I still have some, so I'm going to use that to create the window and create the border of the window. And I have this plastic transparent that I've used in the past for another dioramas. I'm saying it, today is recycle. It's all about recycling. So I'm going to use it to create the window for the display of the desserts. So I've drawn the line and now I'm going to use some scissors to cut it. By the way, if you're doing this, again, be very careful because those paper or whatever you want to call it, those are really sharp. Did I cut myself? Yes. Did I enjoy it? No. So be careful. So now I'm going to use all my wooden stick, glue it to the window, and then I'm going to apply it directly to the corner, the bar corner. I really hope it's called a bar corner because if it's not the name of it, I'm going to be so mad. Okay, so I have a piece of foam board that I have used in the past for doing dioramas, and I'm gonna use that to create sort of a cleaner space inside of the dessert display because I don't want to use this yellow board stuff. Also, it will be easier because it will look a little bit more flat and a straight line, so that will make it look just cleaner somehow. I don't know why I have decided to use scissors to cut the foam board. Uh, that was a bad idea. Just use a cutter or have an X-Acto knife because when you use scissors, it has this tendency to bend the foam board. Okay, so I did it all, and now I'm gonna use barbecue wooden stick to create sort of a higher display, and I'm gonna just cut because I have some foam board that I have already cut, and I'm just gonna use one of them to create that sort of just a little level. And voila, we got it. Okay, so now that we have the corner, the wall, and everything, I'm gonna just create the bar, and where the people will be able to sit and drink the coffee. So I have it already, so I'm just gonna glue it straight to the bar corner. And here it is. I use some wooden stick, as you can see there, to create sort of, it doesn't look good at all, but anyways, it does help to maintain everything, and I have enough space for the coffee and the plates. So this is a wooden floor that I have from a previous dioramas that I'm not using anymore, and I'm gonna create shelves to place behind the corner, the bar corner. Is it called a bar corner? I should have made some research. And as you can see, I mean, like, okay, we have the moment here to talk about it because you know what? Let's build it to you. This is a foam board that is where there is this wooden glued on it, okay? You can see that it has bended, you know, it has this curve. It wasn't there, you know, like when I just got the foam board, it was flat. But once I glued the wooden stick on it, it just bended when it was dry. So I don't know how people can actually use foam board for their dioramas and they don't bend. I don't know what kind of witchcraft they're using, but girl, ain't working with me. Anyway, so I still have some wooden stick that I have from the previous dioramas and that I've used for the bar in the corner. And I'm just going to glue that to create the shelf, and it also will hide this white from the foam board. Just don't like it, so So in case you're wondering, they're not having their hand against the wall because they're under arrest, even though that could be possible. but that will help me to actually know where I want to glue the shelf, because I want them to be as a little bit high, but not too high for Adam to be able to get the coffee and serve the customers. I glued one on the green wall, and spoiler, I removed it because it looks really bad. I have those wooden letters that I have used in the past to create the dioramas, because I wanted my dolls to have their name on the wall. And I have some letters left, so the bar will be called, the coffee shop will be called Kitty Coffee. Mainly because I have many tiny Hello Kitty mug, and I thought, you know what, let's use it. It will be like a theme or something, even though the decoration is definitely not kitty, but you just go with the flow, you know? Oh, this is a little tips that I have if you want to make the letters go straight. Just use this foam board, so I have a straight line, and I'm just gonna glue the letters on it. Because obviously when I did the kitty, I didn't have that idea. And why is the E reversed? Why not? I have this plan that I have had for another dioramas that I used and that I'm not using anymore. So I just took the green leaves, I will say, and glue in straight to the walls to have this kind of floral wall, or whatever it's called. It just brings some kind of Brooklyn coffee shop, hipster place, that kind of shit. I like it. So for the other side wall, I've already made the measurement and I already made the holes. As you can see, I draw the lines to know where the wall is going to be attached to, and I have those 1/12 scales window. It's definitely not a 1/6 scale, and you can totally see it, but I had them, I'm not using them. Are we going to recycle? Yes, we are. So I'm making the placement for the first one that I'm going to use, and that will help me to make the measurement for the other window. I placed the second window where I want the holes to be made, and with my rulers I'm just gonna see the distance between the both, so the third one will be just a perfect match. Okay, so I got it all and I placed the window in it. And it can open in both sides, so that's pretty much perfect. So I went to get this Miniverse, Make It Mini. There is a series that goes with, you know, the bubble tea and coffee making and whatever, and I thought it would be a perfect miniature for the coffee shop. Oh, there is this little thing too for the takeaway. That's so cute. It's a little bit too big, to be honest, for a 1/6 scale, but it will just make the job. Oh, and those little circle, like table round things, whatever they call it, that's gonna be perfect for the coffee shop as well. Okay, so let's assemble all of this. And here it is. The coffee shop is ready, and I will be able to use it for the photo story that I have. Okay, so this little tiny window that I've added last minute is pretty good because I'm gonna have, some natural light coming inside of the coffee shop, and that will be just pretty cool. So as you can see, I used a wallpaper, the white blank, for the other walls that we created. So thank you all for watching this. Thank you if you can just take a minute for liking, subscribing, or whatever the shit you want to do to support the channel. I might come back in the dioramas to add some wooden stick for the shelf because I am a bit scared that it's gonna fall because it's too heavy. But anyway, thank you again and see you soon. Bye.